Have you ever considered investing in real estate but don't know where to start? Well, don't worry, I have been there, and let me tell you, it took me 6 years to finally close on my first deal. So here you will learn from my mistakes so you can save all the time and also money. Investing in real estate is very exciting, so I will give you some tips to kickstart your business. Write down here in the comments what kind of property would you like to purchase. Maybe you like more like the houses, or maybe you like more like apartments, shopping centers, maybe even land developments, resorts, hotels. What do you want? Write it here down below in the comments. Well, let me tell you, if you are starting from scratch, the first thing you need to define is what do you want, and then which type of property would you like to dive in. So first, what do you want? Do you want to be a passive investor, or would you like to be an active investor? And what is this? Passive investor is when the person provides the money to fund those projects and receive the checks from those properties without putting much time, so you can continue with your own lifestyle. On the other hand, the active investor is the person that is actively looking for the deals, in negotiating, in manage the project, it handles the sales, manage the tenant inquiries, repairs, etc. So this investor puts more time and effort changing his lifestyle. So write here down below in the comments if you prefer to be a passive investor or maybe an active investor. I would like to hear from you. It's important to answer these questions because these will define the real estate strategy to be used so you can accomplish the lifestyle that you want. If you like to join a real estate calls to educate yourself and learn from my mistakes so you can get there faster to your goals, text me your email. My phone is 512-765-6369 and I'll add you to the calls. After that, this is super important to identify the property that you like to invest in. We all were born for a different mission. Everyone has their own superpowers, so we each other complement all around the world. Write down here below in the comments if you prefer to be a passive investor or maybe an active investor. I would like to hear from you. Maybe you like providing houses for the people in your city. Maybe you are more like providing houses for the students that are close to the university that you live in. Or maybe you prefer to provide a better assisted living experience for your loved one and their friends. What about if you are an adventure person and like exploring new places? If so, you could maybe even create a magic resort, hotels, or memorable experience for the people visiting your city. Or what about if you are a foodie person and would love to maybe enjoy the organic food? Does maybe an ecosystem community with their own organic garden sounds good for you? Well, we all came to this world to provide something unique. You, my friend, are different, and that dream that you have in your heart, no one else has it. God wouldn't give you that to you if it wouldn't be possible to create. Please write here down in the comments what does your heart is calling you to do. It is very important to define that. I would love to help you get in there. Or maybe we can even partner up. And even if I don't know, I have mentors and people that we can ask. So please text me your email, 512-765-6369, and we can discuss. And then let's see what happened after the conversation. My friends, answering those questions are very important because the world of real estate is quite extensive and each area has its own strategy, own negotiation skills, detailed information, even the own target audience is so big. Therefore, these two first questions, what do you want and what kind of property or project would you like to do, what is your heart calling you to do, is very important. Let's call this the preparation, which is going to allow you to learn about you, about what do you want, what is the lifestyle that you want to accomplish, and from that we can go on real estate is so big that from all of these 6 years, I have learned that the first thing for you to go faster is to identify what do you really want to do. Otherwise, everyone is going to say, oh, maybe you can do, I don't know, a tent. You can put some RV park or mobile home park. What about investing in multifamily? No, single family. No, do this, do that. There are so many things to do, and then you get so confused that you don't know where to go, and then all of that confusion is going to take you years until finally you say, you know what, I want this thing, and I'm making it happen. So that's the most important. If you really want to go straight, first you need to identify what you want, so that way you have a goal. When you have a goal and you know where you're going, then it's faster and then you can get there. I would like to help you. It's also important to answering those first questions, since each real estate strategy has their own negotiations, own skills, own detailed information, even their own target audience. Therefore, these first two questions, what do you want and what kind of property is your heart calling you to do, we will call it the preparation. This is super important, which is going to allow you to learn about the type of real estate that you would like to buy, negotiate, sell. It will be your lifestyle. So depending on your goal and the goals that you set as a real estate investor, it will be your life. So now let's include a market research in this first step, or let's call it second step, because we all are in different places. Maybe you are in Florida, in Texas, maybe you are in New York. So it is essential to define the work area, to have the knowledge of that community. The taxes are going to be different, the law is going to be different. The different shopping centers are going to be different. What kind of restaurants are there? What is happening where you are, so you can find the spot where you say, okay, my project, my dream, I can put it here. This is the area, the spot in the city that will be the best for this. Also, keep in mind, each city has different regulations. So you need to define, or you need to talk sometimes. Yeah, you will need to talk with your city if you like to develop a project, or maybe if it is more for houses or things like that. Maybe the face of the house, you need to change it. Maybe you need to talk with the HOA. Or there are so many little things sometimes that we say like, oh my God, where can I start? What can I do? It's important to define this. So that's why, what do you want? What kind of property or project would you like to do? And then after that, we need to study your local market. My friend, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and like the video, so that way you can continue learning about investing in real estate. So after we identify these 3 steps, what is the following? Well, now let's go in and set up a goal. That will be our first goal. And this first goal, usually, we start. You can start the way that you are, in the way that, how is your life? You can start maybe investing in one house. You can start maybe investing in apartment complexes. It's dependent on so many strategies about real estate. But let's put an example. Let's say that, for example, you have a job that is 9 to 5, is providing you good money, or maybe you have been saving that money and now you would like to do something with real estate. You would like to do your first investment, which is going to be the most exciting and at the same time the most nervous. We are super, super nervous when we're going to make the first investment. But it's good. It's good to do your first step. Everyone have always the first step, right? So for you to do it, let's say, for example, you have been working more than 2 years and you have some money saving, your credit score is good, and you say, okay, well, the situation in my life that I have, I can apply for a first-time home buyer. Or maybe I can apply for a VA loan, or maybe even a FHA loan. Depending on what you have right now, you can work with that to start investing in real estate. For example, I have a client, because I'm also a realtor in Austin, Texas. This client wanted to start investing in real estate. He was renting a house. He was renting a bedroom from a house. And he said, hey, this is a great idea. I would love to do the same. So he took maybe 4 or 5 months until he finally found a house. It was a house with 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 2 histories. So in the main bedroom, in the first floor, it was the main bedroom, and the 3 other bedrooms were upstairs with a loft. He said, this is great. I can live in the first floor, in the principal bedroom, and my tenants can live up there. I can rent each bedroom for maybe around 800, maybe, for example, let's put 1,000 for each bedroom. But his mortgage was about 2,400, 2,500. So by him doing house hacking, living in the same house, renting out the bedrooms, with this example, no? With the example, but the example is kind of real because it's from a real situation. In this example, he could be getting $500 just as a cash flow, and that is going to help him because houses then require repairs, and the roof, the water heater, the toilet is not working, and you also need some reserve for that, right? But it's an example. I mean, look, what is your real situation right now, and use it for you to start investing in real estate. Here in this channel, I'm going to provide you so many ideas and all the information that I have been learning that you're going to get like, oh my God, never heard about this. I would like to do this stuff. And remember, if you would like for me to help you to have a consultation, let's have a conversation. I love talking. I love meeting new people and making friends. You can text me. You can call me 512-765-6369. After that, when you have a goal, let's say, okay, this is going to be my first goal. Now let's educate yourself and let's see about the financing. It's super important. If you would like to buy a house, first you need to know what is going to be your financing situation. Would you like to buy in cash? Would you like to have the help of the banks? Maybe you have some friends and family that can borrow you money, or maybe you can borrow money from private money equity. Like, what is the way that you would like to do it? And also educate yourself. When you like to educate yourself, I mean, you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos, you can also have a mentor. Hey, I look in universities and I didn't see any career about being a real estate investor to have, your diploma. So then how can you learn about real estate investing? For me, after a couple years, I figured it out that the best way is to have a mentor. Really, the mentor, someone who is already doing what do you want to accomplish. But hey, no any mentor that is up there. There are so many that they say, yeah, I can be your mentor, but at the same time, they won't be your mentor because they are so busy. They don't have time for you. So because you are starting, you need someone that dedicates your time, right? In my case, I found it in my city. I started going to networking events. I went to meetup.com. I looked for real estate networking events in my city, which is Austin, Texas. And I went to Austin, I went to Buda, and I started going there between this. Buda is South Austin, and I found it. I was very consistent. Yes, if you want to work, or if you want that the networking events work for you, you need to be very consistent, because that way you can gain the trust from the people who goes there to the real estate event. And then after that, you can find a mentor. So when you have a mentor, someone who holds your hand, and at the same time have the education and know the plan for the financings, then you are all set up. If you would like to learn more about the financings, well, any video is going to come out about that stuff. But for right now, if you need help right now, then you can talk with a mortgage broker. Mortgage broker is the person who is specialized in that, and they can guide you. I have a great one. I don't receive nothing from her. We cannot, since I am a realtor and she's a mortgage broker. We are both have different licenses, and this licensing has different terms and rules. I don't receive nothing from her, but I love her because she's super good. She's super creative. She loves working with investors, especially first-time investors. So if you would like me to give you that contact, let me know. Text me and I can send it to you. When you have all of this in place, then it's time to start looking for the property. For the property that you say, for example, the house hacking. Let's say I want a house with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 floors, so that way I live in the first floor, and then start looking. If you don't know where to start, what is the best area, maybe for renting, depending on your purpose, in this case is for renting, look for a realtor. There are so many realtors out there that would like to help you, and usually, depending on where you are, usually the seller pays for that buyer's agent. That's usually how it happens. Now, if they don't do it, then negotiate it with a realtor, but that person knows about the city, about the situation, about what you like to accomplish, and they can help you. And then after that, start the negotiation. When you now found that property that you want, sometimes there are competition for that property and you need to bring the best offer. So you need to have all those negotiation skills ready. And for you to have those skills ready, you need to have the information. What are the comparables around? What are the rents around? Maybe you are selling this house. You talk with the seller. No, you're selling the house for $20,000 more than the other people is asking for. This house needs some repairs or stuff like that. So talk and negotiate. Of course, the realtor is going to help you. They will love to help you. That's why realtor exists, so that way they can help you with the negotiations. And then after that, when you do that and then you are under contract, you start your process, which is the option period, and then you need to start looking for the house. Check the house, check the foundation, check the roof. Of course, the best way for you is to have an inspector. The home inspector is going to come, and is someone that should be licensed. At least in Texas, the home inspectors are licensed by the state. And after they are licensing, they can come and then they evaluate the house, and then they can give you some recommendations. Depending on that, then you can negotiate that with the seller. They can even give you a more discount, or maybe, there are negotiations. Everything is negotiable in real estate. The price, or maybe they can give you an offer, or maybe they can help you with a rate buy down. There are so many things. And then after that, close. And then when you close, you can go and celebrate. And remember, now after closing, what is the last step? Last step is managing that property. Then, for example, in this example, if you're going to live in the house for the house hacking, then you are going to be the person who is going to manage that. So have some paperwork in place. If you would like to have maybe some contracts that you can sign with your tenants, maybe you can talk with a lawyer, a real estate lawyer that can help you with the documentation, and then you can use it over and over. Depending on the state. But always look for someone. As you see through all of this real estate journey that we described in this example, there are going to be people. In real estate, we don't do the stuff by ourselves. We always need someone. Even if, for example, if you're going to do a fix and flip, you're going to need some contractors that help you cleaning up the house and repairing and painting and putting the kitchen. And there are so many things. We all need from each other. So that's why I said, what are your dreams? What are your dreams in your heart? Look, not everyone was born to be in the real estate arena. Let me tell you, being in real estate arena means you need to be very consistent, super consistent, and at the same time creative. Oh my God, if you are a creative person, love creativity, love designing, love colors, love being yourself and expressing yourself through real estate, you love that. You really will love this stuff. And you also should love people, because you're going to talk with so many people through your career. So it's very important for you to love people. So those are my short path, steps for you to start investing in real estate. But remember, the first step is the most important step, so that way you can go straight to what do you want. If you like the video and if you like this information, please subscribe and like. And if you think that this information is important, or maybe you have some friends, family members that they are thinking to start investing in real estate, they don't know where to start, maybe you can also share this video. Maybe this information is going to be good for them. Maybe even my contact information is going to be good for them. Who knows? I love making new friends. And if you would like to text me, maybe we can even partner up with some deals. Who knows? I'm here in Austin, Texas. Maybe you are in other states. Maybe you even here in Austin. Let me know. So my phone is 512-7 965-6369. Thank you. I'm a real estate investor and also a real estate agent in Austin. Thank you and have a great day.